I had the video for Baldo, the Guardians of Owls done and ready to go. And then major news came out. So I want to talk about some of the news that's come out and my thoughts on Baldo in general. So I picked up the game launch day, the 27th of August. It looked amazing. The graphics and the art style are something I'm really into. The gameplay was okay. I think that was probably the biggest issue with it. But just looking at the graphics and the Legend of Zelda style gameplay, I was really into it. And I thought, well, this could be a great, you know, patch between Skyward Sword and the next Zelda game, or the next Zelda-esque type game that comes out. So I was really excited for it. Not to mention the graphics and the art style, but the sound and the soundtrack is amazing. Really, really good. It's got some beautiful songs in it. But a couple things struck as very difficult for me to get into this game with. One, the controls. The controls are just clunky. I wish they weren't. I wish they were more responsive, but they're very clunky. You don't feel like you have as much control with Baldo as you really need in this kind of style of game. And I think that's a major problem. Some of the other issues that we're going to talk about can be fixed with patches, but this one can't be. And it affects everything to the pinnacle of the gameplay itself because this is a hard game. It's very difficult. Most bosses that I've encountered, I've died at least 5 times, at least, if not even more. The very first boss, I died like 10 times, but that's because you have to be very quick. Hand-eye coordination and synchronization is incredibly important in this game, but you can't because there's a delay. When you hit the button to use your weapon, it's just a slight delay, and your character moves around kind of clunky, kind of, I don't know, it's almost like you're walking on ice just a little bit, or it's just not responding as well. I don't know, it's hard to say exactly how I would tighten up the controls, but they need to be tightened up in general. Not to mention the button synchronization in general. Like, there's a couple equipment that you can have, a couple options, I should say. And one of them is this owl horn. Well, they say, okay, it's linked to the B button. But then when you try to use it, it doesn't work. You have to then go and re-equip it again. I don't know. It's not a problem, especially because you don't have to use that at like split-second timing or anything. It's just annoying, and it's just another part of this game that made me go, they weren't done with it. This whole thing, they rushed, and as much as it doesn't look that way because of the graphics and because of the sound, the actual gameplay shows a different story completely. But that's not even the full extent to how bad this game is broken. So a few users have reported that they've been playing for maybe 5 to 10 hours, and this is a long game. Well, they go to load up their game, and all of the extra hearts are gone. And this game is a lot like Zelda, where you have hearts, and you start off with 3, and all of theirs that were anywhere plus 3 are gone. All their money's gone. All their spirit orbs are gone. All of their stuff is gone. But yet, when they try to go back and to open up chests and fight bosses and things like that, it's already done. So they're stuck basically at the base level 5 to 10 hours into the game, and there's nothing they can do. And some of these people have actually went on to complain to the company, and the dev team acknowledged that there's a problem. And they said, we are working hard to fix this. And here's where I think they get a little crappy on us, is they said, well, at least it's not broken. It's not that's broken. That's broken. Because how are you going to... Maybe you could speedrun it and beat the bot, blah, blah, blah. But if you've been working all these hours to get to a certain place, and then the game just decides, no, you're not going to do that because we didn't finish it, because we put out a half-baked product that should have taken more time, You're going to tell me, no, the game's not. No, that's broken. I'm sorry. But it is. It would be the same. In fact, I almost think it'd be worse than when, your save data is just gone. Like, I had that happen to me with Garden Story. And you know what? I was fine to go back and play it again. But when you've already done that and your save data just deleted all of your items, I don't know. Because you're stuck in that position of, well, why should I play it again? This could happen again. And it's happened to multiple people now. It's become an issue with this game. I was going to say something else that would just, I don't know, in 2020 it would not be a good word to use. No, nothing bad. I was going to say it's become a pandemic. But anyway, this game makes me sad because it's wonderful looking. In fact, the actual game, when you tear away the sloppy controls, when you tear away the clunky tankiness of it, you remove the thought of, hey, it doesn't matter what I do because the game save file is going to erase everything I've earned. You tear all that away and you just play the dungeon. It's fun. It's actually a really fun game. But it's definitely not worth it at this point. And I mean, it's $24.99. I also feel like for that Zelda-esque, I mean, look, we had Hades come out. And look how much more deep and ready Hades was. I mean, button controls, spot on. Obviously no saving problems. The character just moved with, fluidity that Baldo doesn't have. And I know these aren't games that you typically compare, but I'm just taking two like indie titles and showing the difference. Or Dodgeball Academia. That game is, it's wonderful compared to what Baldo is. And I just don't see it. I don't see the value. And I really would warn anyone about buying it right now until they get that save issue fixed. And honestly, I'm holding out until they get like an update for the controls as well, because I think it's about unplayable just with the controls, let alone all the other problems. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you. You have a great day. Please like, subscribe, do all that other junk. Love you.